107.7 FM News.
Comes to Global Box, your quick tour bulletin around the world on Adamimogo, 107.7 Ido Ekiti. Here are the top stories. Senate leadership to join President Tinubu in Benue for condolences visit. Kenyan police officer arrested for shooting an armed civilian during Nairobi protest. Iran's supreme leader Khamenei warns of no mercy in Iran-Israel confrontation. The news in detail. The Senate leadership has offered to accompany President Bola Tinubu to Benue State today to also commiserate with the people of Yelewata over the recent massacre of their kinsmen by suspected Fulani herdsmen. Senate Committee Chairman on Media and Public Affairs, Senator Adeyemi Adaramodu, disclosed the offer while briefing journalists on the activities of the upper chamber in the last 2 years. Recall President Tinubu said that he would clear his schedule to pay a condolence visit to the people of Benue State today, following last Friday's attack in Yelewata community that left scores of residents dead. Meanwhile, Secretary to the Governor of the Federation, SGF, Senator George Akume, who visited Yelewata in Guma local government area and the Benue State University Teaching Hospital Makodi, where victims of the recent attacks were receiving medical attention, assured that people of the federal government support. Nigeria's South African President Cyril Ramaphosa says there should be sufficient funding for the after effects of climate change, such as flood. Ramaphosa, who wrapped up his working visit in Kanaskisi, Canada yesterday, where he attended the G7 summit outreach session, said there is need to deal with the after effects of climate change, particularly the floods that South Africa have been suffering from, where a number of our people have died, as well as the destruction of infrastructure. But a bilateral meeting between Ramaphosa and United States President Donald Trump did not take place, as President Donald Trump left the G7 summit early to address the Israel-Iran conflict from Washington. The meeting would have come as a potential opportunity to improve relations after a disastrous White House visit by Ramaphosa in May, during which Trump accused South Africa without proof of committing a genocide against white South Africans. Still in Africa, a Kenyan police officer has been arrested over the shooting of an unarmed civilian during protest in the capital Nairobi, touched off by the death of a blogger in police custody. Earlier in the day, a video heard on Kenyan broadcaster Citizen Television X account showed two policemen repeatedly striking a man on the head before one of them fired at him with a long-barreled gun as he tried to walk away. Police spokesperson Muchiri Yaga, in a statement, said an officer who fired his anti-riot gun at a civilian had been arrested and arraignment in the court of the involved officer. Protests have erupted in Nairobi, Mombasa, and several smaller towns over the death of a blogger and teacher, Albert Ojwang, in police detention, which reinflamed long-standing accusation of extrajudicial killings by security forces. Up north, Sudan's Prime Minister Camille Tayyip Idris has ordered the reopening of universities in Khartoum following the devastating war which has claimed many lives in the region. Idris, in a memo to the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, directed that a proper assessment of the damages and repairs be done following the attacks on the university buildings and research centers. The war in Sudan, which began in April 2023, has severely affected the country's education sector, with many institutions in Khartoum state destroyed or rendered unusable. The Prime Minister also directed the National Center for Curricular and Educational Research to include lessons fostering peace, national unity, and rejecting hate speech in the journey to national recovery and reconciliation. Global Box is reaching you live from Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Edo Ekiti. Still to come. Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei warns of no mercy in Iran-Israel confrontation. Please stay with us.
This is an Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Edo Ekiti, the voice of the light.
The Nigerian army has taken custody of two of the...
Get ready to dive into the latest headlines,
Nigerians deported from the United
in-depth stories, and breaking updates that matter to you.
To face the challenge to be able to fulfill the dream and the aspiration.
From local events to global affairs, we've got you covered. Stay with us as we unravel the stories shaping our world today. This is Adamimogo 107.7 FM News.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us again. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook via Adamimogo 107.7 FM. For updates around you or news inquiries, please contact our newsroom on this number 0915 786 8095. Now to the rest of the news. Now turning to the Middle East, the supreme leader of the Iranian regime, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has declared that the country is ready to continue locking hands with Israel, saying Iran will show no mercy amidst escalating tensions between the two countries. This is coming shortly after the United States President Donald Trump issued a threat to Iran for unconditional surrender, saying the U.S. is aware of where the supreme leader is hiding but not interested in taking him out yet. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Iran had a chance to negotiate through United States President Donald Trump, but claimed that Iran's supreme leader was still issuing threats against Israel on social media during the negotiation.
Well, look, we had the peace talks. We gave it a chance. We've clenched our teeth. We did everything we could to enable President Trump to negotiate the desired result, and that would have been preferable for us and I think for everyone. But we saw in the course of the negotiations, while they were negotiating with the United States, the Supreme Leader of Iran, Ayatollah Khamenei, tweeted almost every day, "Death to Israel." The talks were merely a facade. Look, we're doing what we need to do. I'm not going to get into the details. It's not going to escalate the conflict. It's going to end the conflict.
Earlier, Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance have both posted to social media hinting that the United States is considering involvement in the conflict between Israel and Iran, with Trump even raising the possibility of violence against Iran's leadership. In the meantime, French President Emmanuel Macron has disagreed with United States President Donald Trump on Iran, opposing stronger military actions against Tehran, warning that it could lead to regime change and destabilize both Iran and the region. Recall, Trump has intensified his tough rhetoric demanding Iran's unconditional surrender while warning that U.S. patience is running out as the Israel-Iran wars rage for a fifth day. French President Emmanuel Macron stated that military strikes aimed at changing the regime would be a serious mistake, stressed the need to resume discussions as soon as possible to re-establish a clear direction on nuclear and ballistic issues.
Nous ne voulons pas un Iran qui se dote de l'arme nucléaire.
We do not want Iran to get nuclear weapons or have ballistic capabilities. I believe that the biggest error today is to seek a regime change in Iran through military means, because that would lead to chaos. Therefore, our responsibility is to resume discussions as quickly as possible to restore a framework for addressing the nuclear and ballistic issues. This is what France has consistently done for the past 10 years. Does anyone think that what was done in Iraq in 2003 was a good idea? Does anyone think that what was done in Libya the next decade was a good idea? No. I'm also thinking of our friends in the region, in Iraq, Lebanon, and elsewhere.
Macron said Trump appeared to have changed his opinion since he met G7 leaders in Canada on Monday, where Macron claimed Trump had told him he was pushing for a ceasefire. In a latest development, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has departed the Group of Seven summit with fresh aid from host Canada to support Ukraine's ongoing war against Russia. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney had started the day by announcing Ottawa would provide $1.47 billion in new military assistance for Kyiv, as well as impose new financial sanctions.
Canada is announcing today several measures, sanctions, first and foremost, against a number of individuals in Russia. We are providing additional military assistance, drones, helicopters, broader munitions, over $2 billion worth of assistance directly to Ukraine. And thirdly, we are dispersing the next tranche of the loan based on the frozen Russian assets, over $2 billion as well.
The G7 wealthy nations struggle to find unity over the conflict in Ukraine after Trump expressed support for Russian President Vladimir Putin and left a day early to address the Israel-Iran conflict from Washington. A Canadian official initially said Ottawa had dropped plans for the G7 to issue a strong statement on the war in Ukraine after resistance from the United States. Meanwhile, Director of Media Relations for Prime Minister Mark Carney, Emily Williams, later said no proposed statement on Ukraine had ever been planned. Manchester United will host Arsenal at Old Trafford in a blockbuster fixture on the opening weekend of the 2025-2026 Premier League, which officially begins with a Friday night fixture as champion Liverpool start their title defense at home to AFC Bournemouth. After finishing runners-up the past 3 seasons, Arsenal will look to go one better this campaign and will start their quest to end the 22-year title drought on Sunday, 17th August, with a trip to Old Trafford, where they have won only twice in the league the last 18 years. Arsenal have yet to announce a signing, but Mikel Arteta has called the summer window a big one for the club. The Gunners faced a tricky start with a 3 of their opponent after a match week 2-0 match with Leeds United finishing in the top 7 last season. With that sports story, we end this edition of Global Box on Adamimogo 107.7 Idoe Kitty. Before we go, the highlight again. The supreme leader of the Iranian regime, Ayatollah Khamenei, has declared that the country is ready to continue locking horns with Israel, saying Iran will show no mercy amidst escalating tension between the two countries. A Kenyan police officer has been arrested over the shooting of an unarmed civilian during protests in the capital Nairobi, touched off by the death of a blogger in police custody. President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance have both posted to social media hinting that the United States is considering involvement in the conflict between Israel and Iran, with Trump even raising the possibility of violence against Iran's leadership. That's Global Box on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Oluwabiyi Palace, Idoe Kitty. On behalf of the production crew led by Ayomide Surulere, my name is Oluwabiyi falodun. Good afternoon.
This is an Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Idoikiti, the voice of the light.
Adamimogo, the beat never stops. Play the game.
This is an Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Idoikiti, the voice of the light.
Adamimogo FM ní kí ẹ máa bọ̀. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ polówó ọjà kájọ wọgbà o Adamimogo FM ní kí ẹ máa bọ̀. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ polówó ọjà kájọ bùbàjẹ́ Adamimogo FM ní kí ẹ máa bọ̀. Ó dá mi lójú ọjà tí ẹ bá polówó ẹ̀ nìkan nìyí o. Ó di dandan kájọ bùbàjẹ́ o. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ polówó ọjà kájọ bùbàjẹ́ Adamimogo FM ní kí ẹ máa bọ̀.
Everybody approach you. You say you like to marry to poor man. After you marry to poor man, you became liability for the poor man. After you marry to poor man, you became problem for the poor man. You are living in mansion house. You say you marry to poor man. You are wearing the best dresses. You say you marry to poor man. You are riding in luxurious car. You married to poor man. What are you to say you married to rich man? Oh, kangaroo. Everybody approach you. You say you like to marry to poor man. Everybody approach you. You say you like to marry to poor man. After you marry to poor man, it became problem for the poor man. After you marry to poor man, it became wahala for the poor man. I live in a mansion house. You say you marry to poor man. I'm wearing the best dresses.
Adamimogo, I see the odds. Area!
People, you're my orin òjòwúrò jẹ́ àìsàn. Mo lọ́gbọ́n lórí mo lè ròyìn fún gidi dèrò tí mo mírò lọ́gbọ́n ojú orin lọ Orlando. Ẹgbẹ́ náà wá kẹ́kẹ́ àdùgbà wá kẹ́mú kékeré wá kọ́ lẹ́tà oyin.
Adamimogo, Asideot, area.
Ìyàwó táwọn méjèèjì fẹ́ fẹ́ yàyà lórúkọ ẹ̀. Ó wá dọjọ́ ọjọ́ kan, jẹ́rìlé ikú, ìyá ń bẹ níbẹ̀ fún ọjà. Jẹ́rìlé ẹ̀rù, ìyá ń bẹ láti ọjà o. Ó dọjọ́ ọjọ́ kan, òjòjò kan yóò jòjò bọ̀ o. Òjòjò wa kọlù yá ìdí àyà o, ẹ máa gbọ́ mi. Ni wọ́n bá rọ́jà yà lọ́jà o, pé kó lọ rewé àpò wa. Bó ti pẹ́ wọnú ọjà, ló bá pàdé ẹ̀rù. Ẹ̀rù ojú kan ṣoṣo lónìí. Lẹ̀rù bá fẹ́ júmọ́, ló bá sẹ́kàdà wálé. Ló bá sọ fún màmá o, pé bóun ṣe fẹ́ wọnú ọjà o, òun pàdé ọkùnrin olójú kan. Màmá ẹ̀ bá bọ̀ pẹ́ bolúwa o, tí ò wọ́ sọ́wọ́ yìí. Ó tún dẹ̀ lẹ́
Adamimogo bonara. Adamimogo bonara o yo si won o. Adamimogo bonara o. O ti bonara se bonara o yo si won o. Ibi kike ologuro kojo teyekeye ka ṣètò tó mọ́gbọ́n wá o. Ìyẹn ni tiwọn ìròyìn káàkiri àgbáyé ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú o. Kápolówó ọjà kájébù bàjẹ́ o. Ètò eré ìdárayá ńkọ́ ẹ ó máa gbọ́ 107.7 FM gbọ̀nàrà ó gbọ̀nàrà. Ìdó Èkìtì ṣàlọ́wà tó gbé dá kọjọkọjọ. Adamimogo gbọ̀nàrà ó gbọ̀nàrà. Kọ́lá Michael Morí o. Adamimogo gbọ̀nàrà ó yọ sí wọn o. Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ìdó Èkìtì láwà.
Adamimogo Aside Hot Area.
DJ Brian. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hanging out.
Every day by day, that no man is every time I pray. My day live by grace, carry my cross and me bear my race. And I know I deserve for college, many bills we bobo they pay. When I get the fame, then the people them go scream my name. Then go all of my name, oh, ni open no. We go jubilate, oh, we go pour champagne, oh. Then go all of my name, oh, ni open no. We go celebrate, oh, we go pour champagne, oh. Me oh my ball and oh yeah. Now they ask me the motion show.
You now hanging out with DJ
oh yeah. But then I just say far away.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Big money find me. The thing too long. It be like Indian film. Much I like recognize it. And it's spread past meningitis. Big sick past appetitis. For me, I put no matter for this kind of things. They carry you come and you chop pasta. Drink, you mix. Here they do and you know one dance. You be small picking, you go need pampers. I be the reason why the show starts.
Free spot is on fire with DJ
Do you recognize real? Do you recognize real? Sure you recognize me. Do you recognize real? Do you recognize real? Do you recognize real? Sure you recognize me.
Real recognize real. If you not happy, you no consign me. If no wahala, I go give you silence. Now for your body, we go put the content. Reason, respect, DJ tools, respect. Oh my party with the soji, we go scatter like insurgents.
Do you recognize real? Do you recognize real?
Oyato Oyimama Adamimogo Aside Hot Area.
Jésù sọ wípé èmi yóò kọ́ ìjọ mi, ogun ọ̀run àpáàdì òsì ní ilé borí ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló gbé ìjọ Christ Gift Revival Ministry City of Praise kalẹ̀ nípasẹ̀ òjíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run Evangelist Ojuade tí wọ́n jẹ́ General Overseer láti máa fi pèsè àwọn èrò ìjọba ọ̀run sílẹ̀ àti láti máa fi bùkún onípòjìpò ẹ̀dá ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. Òun la fi ń pè ọ́ pé kó darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní Christ Gift Revival Ministry City of Praise tó wà ní along the best filling station Ìjẹ̀rò Road Ìlúrè Aramọ́kọ̀ Èkìtì. Báwọn ètò wa ti lọ nìwọ̀nyí, ìsìn ọjọ́ ìsinmi máa ń wáyé láàrin aago 8 àárọ̀ sí 11 àyálẹ̀ta. Ọjọ́jọ́ Thursday ní Bible study ìyẹn wà lẹ́jẹ̀ nínú Bíbélì tó máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 5 ìrọ̀lẹ́ 5 p.m. Ìṣọ́òru wa máa ń wáyé lọ́jọ́ Jímọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 10 àṣálẹ́. Gbogbo ọjọ́ Wednesday kejì nínú oṣù second Wednesday of the month la máa fi ń ṣe ìṣọ́òru alágbára tí a pè ní Night of Escape òru àjàbọ̀. Evangelist Ojuade ní General Overseer, Pastor Tayo Amos ní Èkìtì District Superintendent, Evangelist James Fọlọ́runṣọ́ ní Pastor in charge. Tó bá lóun tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ bí wá ẹ pè sórí nọ́mbà yìí 0706 136 0555. Ekiti State University, Ado-Ekiti, under the distinguished leadership of its Vice-Chancellor, Professor J.B. Ayodele, will hold its 93rd inaugural lecture on Tuesday, 24th of June, 2025. The lecture will be delivered by a revered Professor of Medical Sociology, Professor Christopher Taiwo Oluwadare. The lecture titled, "What is really wrong with you? I don't know, a sociological diagnosis without end," will take place at the University Auditorium, EXU, Ado-Ekiti. Time 2 p.m. prompt. Guests are to be seated by 1:30 p.m. Again, date of the EXU 93rd inaugural lecture is Tuesday, 24th of June, 2025. Congratulations to you, distinguished Professor of Medical Sociology, Professor Taiwo Oluwadare. Greater heights ahead. Ife Oluwale Registrar,